Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today's is late by about 2 hours of the late schedule. Basically, if you're new here, I normally post like 12, 13 hours earlier of this in the day. And, yeah, let's just say it's been 2 hours later, which is like, 11 hours late? 11, 12 hours late. Which is not great, but this is even later than that. This is 2 hours extra, so about 14 hours later than I would like it to be. But basically, my schedule's been messed up, but I hope that you guys don't mind this new schedule. And if you guys prefer it, tell me, because it's definitely an easier time to upload, because it's like, after school and everything. I want to say thank you for 139 subscribers. It's almost 140. I'm not going to beg for extra subscribers, but I wouldn't complain. As always, thank you guys for all the support and everything. This is Jealousy Part 3. Jealousy has been doing pretty well as a series, I would say. You guys seem to be enjoying it. I mean, Uncontrollable Part 2 needs 3 more views, and then every video of mine will be over 100 views. Isn't that nuts? And I have a video with 1,000 views. Like, never would I ever would have thought. That is not how you speak English. Sorry. Anyway, let's get on to Jealousy Part 3 and not get you guys waiting too long. I hope you guys enjoy. I hope you guys should probably watch Part 1 and 2. It came out day before yesterday and yesterday, so it won't be that hard to find. Yeah, hope you guys enjoy. I'll make a new playlist for just Jealousy, so if you're watching this a few weeks after it's gone, just try and look for it in playlists. Anyway, let's get started and stop wasting your amazing people's times. That's not English either. Can't speak today. Anyway, let's hope I can read better than I can speak. Jealousy. Part 3. Ladybug was worried. Chat Noir would never do something like that. He may have had the power of destruction, but he wouldn't hurt a fly. She had a bit of relief knowing that he couldn't be akumatized anymore. The team stood there. They stood and they thought. They stood and they felt. They felt worried and scared. The celebration turned to worry. The team was tired. They all went to sleep. Ladybug searched the entire city. Apparently I can't read. She searched over and over and visited all his favorite spots. When she finally found him, she saw him angry. He was clenching his fists. She got more worried. She silently sat by him. She didn't want him to talk unless he wanted to. I can't spell either. She slipped her hand onto his. She rested his head on his shoulder and let him release his feelings. Sorry, guys, I don't usually mess up this much, but I guess I'm just tired. Let's continue. She knew how it felt to keep emotions in. She waited until she felt his body relax a little. He spoke up. "He's my dad," he choked out. She pulled back in shock. He turned his attention to her eyes. She came closer. What? Adrien?" she asked. He nodded. She understood. She didn't do anything wrong. She shifted closer and gave his arm a hug. I'm sorry," she said, feeling like she was to blame. He looked at her with confusion. "Why?" he asked. He knew that she had a habit of blaming herself for everything. I don't blame you, but it hurts," he said, hoping she would not feel too guilty. "I wish it wasn't this way. Come on, let's go rest," she said. He realized that she was probably in a bit of pain. He hadn't helped in the fight at all. He watched her take harsh hits, but was too shocked to do anything. He felt bad. Sure, he was shocked, but it was not a good reason to allow his friends to get hurt. That and the fact that she was recently kidnapped, she must have been more than tired. He picked her up. "What are you doing? You know I can swing myself, she said. She giggled a bit as he leaped roof to roof. I'm sorry I didn't help. You must be tired, so... She smiled. Not your fault. I should get tired more often, she joked and laid her head on him. She even fell asleep. It was not a long journey, and Marinette would never fall asleep this early. The guilt washed over him once more. I know a lot has been going on, but it's not an excuse to let my princess get hurt. She was still asleep. He got her home. He didn't want to go to his mansion again. His home was Marinette. He never felt his home was a home. It didn't have the same warmth this place had. Sure, the mansion was big and had everything a teenage boy could wish for, but it wasn't a home. The Dupan Chang house may have been a fraction of the size, but it felt like more of a home than his own had in years. Marinette's parents were in on the secret relationship. They treated Chat like a son. They supported him. This was his real home. He went to the kitchen to get ready. To get water. To get water. Hey, son, how are you? Tom asks. Where is Marinette? I haven't talked to her in a while, Sabine said. Chat panicked a bit. She's sleeping. She was feeling tired. I hope you don't mind. I'll be here for the night. They nodded. They trusted him a lot. He had saved and cared for their daughter time and time again. The next morning, Marinette woke up to Adrien sitting on his bed and looking at the news with his phone. Hawkmoth found. Famous designer Gabriel Regress has been... Marinette turned the phone off. Stop it. I'm here for you. You don't need him. She tried reassuring him. He's the only family I have left, Adrien commented, barely above a whisper. No. Alia, Nino, my parents, me. We are all your family too, she said. She hoped he'd feel better. It took. I can't write or spell or read or talk. I can't do anything. It took many months for him to return to his usual self. More spelling mistakes. Sorry, guys. I guess this one isn't as good as you guys deserve. I hope you guys aren't new, because otherwise you're going to think I'm an idiot. He spent many nights with Marinette. He and Marinette were cuddling and watching a movie one day. Adrien got a call. He paused the movie. Hello? He said. Marinette picked her head up and looked at him. He looked different than his loving self from a minute ago. Okay, I'll come sign tomorrow. I'm going to share everything with someone, he said. He then hung up and looked at her. He could finally give her everything she deserved. She and her parents had been caring for Chat. They had been keeping his stomach full and his heart fuller. He could finally repay her and her parents. He picked her up and threw her on the bed. He was so happy. He was going to keep it a secret. He put the blankets over them to fall asleep. She stayed up curious, but Adrien started purring, and that put her to sleep right away. The next morning, he took the Dupanchangs to a house. It was big, and the bottom was empty. I kinda inherited all my dad's money and everything. So, for you, he said to her parents. He took them inside and de-transformed. They were curious how Chat Noir could afford such a big place in the middle of Paris. They smiled. Welcome to the family, Adrien. I'm glad someone so polite is caring for our baby, Tom said. Oh, by the way, when it said the bottom floor was empty, it's for the bakery, by the way, in case you didn't get that. He gave a warm smile. Sabine thanked him, too. They moved in right away. He giggled and grabbed Marinette's hand. He dragged her to the other side of the city. When they arrived at the Agreste mansion, it looked different. He kneeled down in front of her. Our home. One condition. You answer one question. She was already shocked. He kissed her hand. Will you marry me? He asked the magic question. She started tearing up. Of course I will, my kitty. She smiled as he got up and kissed her. Marinette took over the fashion industry with the new opportunity. Adrien modeled, but it says modded. I really hope this isn't your first time here because I'm gonna look like so dumb if you guys like haven't been here before. Normally I can actually read. Adrien modeled for her and only her. Soon they were the most successful couple in Paris, and that couple was about to become a family. And that's the end of Jealousy Part 3. As I said before, I'm not dumb, I promise. I get good grades and everything, and I know how to read. And I'm also pretty good at English. But basically, I'm kind of tired because it's near my bedtime. Yeah, I sleep early as a baby. It's only like 8:30. So anyway, I'm going to go to bed now. And hopefully you guys enjoy part 3. This is the end of the series. I hope I'm sorry it's late again. 2 hours is kind of a lot. But this part right here, you guys can go back and count if you don't believe me, but it's a little over 1,000 words. So hopefully the length makes up for it a bit. Anyway, I'll see you all tomorrow, hopefully a little bit earlier. And yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed the series. If you guys have any ideas, leave them down below. Not gonna beg for likes or subscribers as usual, but then again, who would complain if they got them? Am I right? Yeah, so it's at 139, like I said before.